You are now listening to the Team Heel Podcast.
Describe what Marcellus Wallace looks like. What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time. What? He looks like a bitch.
It's still real to me, damn it!
You know, I always say that intro just never gets old. I don't know what it is, but I just keep on saying it, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 94 of the Team Heel Podcast. We are finally live here on the Team Heel Podcast YouTube channel. We thank all of you for tuning in, whether you are watching us live on the live stream, whether it be on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, you know, Spreaker or ShoutEngine.com, or simply the playback. As always, I'm Heel Steven, but then again, you already knew that.
Yep, and I'm Knowledge at Wrestling.
And again, they already knew that. How have you been, bro?
It's been a pretty good week, I guess.
Hey, Walter, want to hear a joke?
What?
The NBA draft.
The NBA draft. Yeah, the lottery.
Yeah.
It screwed the Knicks over, definitely.
We can never get a fucking break. That's the feeling that I get. I don't know what it is. Like, you think that, hey, we're finally getting a break. We're finally getting, something. Because let's be honest, a lot of us were expecting the Knicks to get a first draft pick, right? A first round pick, I think it is.
Number one pick, or at least number two. But they got number 4.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with number 4, to be honest, though. I feel like they can still get a good player, but, it just sucks. You lose most of your games, and you only get the 4th pick. Kind of weird.
I hear you, man. I really do, but it sucks, dude. But at the end of the day, you know what? I'm sure once the season begins, I believe in November, right? That's when the season normally begins, November, October.
Yeah.
I'm going to continue the tradition, dude. The Knicks are going to take it this year. And right now, the final, from what it looks like, is going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, at least with Golden State and Houston, that series is competitive. So I'm not going to sleep on Houston yet, but the Atlanta Hawks aren't that good. And they lost to LeBron James's team without the other two best players. So yeah, Cleveland's definitely going to the finals. I think Golden State will too.
You think so, dude?
Yeah, they're up 2-0. It's their series to lose. Cleveland, same shit. Like, they're just owning the Hawks. So
I hear you, bro. I really do. But, guys, we'll take live calls in just a bit. If you're tuning in right now, do not call in yet. Okay? A lot to talk about this week in the world of professional wrestling. This week, okay, let me put it this way. This week, a lot of things have happened. Whether it be in the world of WWE, hell, even in the world of TNA. A lot to discuss there as well, which we'll get into in just a bit. Alright, but first things first, what I really want to talk about tomorrow night, UFC 187 goes down. Live at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Co-main event is Vitor Belfort fighting for an opportunity to once again be a champion. He'll be going up against the current reigning and defending UFC middleweight champion, Chris the All-American Weidman. Chris Weidman, for those of you who don't remember, is the guy that dethroned Anderson Silva. This should be a very, very exciting fight. Vitor's coming off of 3 wins, and pretty much Chris Weidman, what he wants to do is beat up another Brazilian. Can he do it? We'll find out tomorrow. I personally don't think so. I think tomorrow Vitor goes out there and beats him in the second round. What do you think, bro?
Wait, Chris Weidman's the champ, right?
He's the current champion. He's defending the championship.
Yeah. I've seen some of his fights. Not really a big fan of his. Um, yeah, I hope Vitor beats him.
It's crazy. Like Vitor has been doing this. He was 19 years old.
Yeah.
He debuted at UFC 12. And now they're at UFC 187. So you can imagine how many years have passed. The people, the who's who of who he fought in the sport alone. It's fucking amazing, you know. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see what happens. The main event tomorrow is for the vacant UFC light heavyweight title. It is Anthony Rumble Johnson. I almost said John Jones. I don't know why. Is Anthony Rumble Johnson versus Daniel Cormier for the vacant light heavyweight championship. That should be another amazing fight. And I'm going to go with, I'll be honest, I'm going to go with Rumble. I think Rumble takes it via knockout in the third round. You know?
I would assume he would have won. He's facing, what's he facing?
Who?
What's his name? Anthony Johnson?
Anthony Rumble Johnson. He's fighting Daniel Cormier.
Cormier, that's the guy that lost to John Jones.
Yeah, the last fight they fought at UFC. Yeah, that was the last guy that lost to Jones. And, you know, we'll see what happens tomorrow. But I can't wait, though. I really can't wait. Should be an amazing night of fight as well. But anywho, let's get into some wrestling. Okay? Raw this past Monday night was live from Richmond, Virginia. And I thought overall going into this Raw, you know, being as the post-payback Raw, right? I thought overall it was an okay Raw. Okay, with that special moment, which we'll get into as well. For those of you who are finally tuning in right now, we'll get into that, so don't worry. The show kicked off with, who do you know? The Authority. Triple H and staff, they come back for the first time on TV since WrestleMania 31. And they talk about how happy they are to be back, how happy they are for Seth Rollins, how WWE's winning, how Seth Rollins is winning, and how the Authority is winning. And what do you know? They reveal the vacant Intercontinental Championship that they had covered, right? And pretty much they said, oh, Daniel Bryan, you know, you can't get the job done. It's a shame. You had to vacate the championship, which again is very true. It really, really is sad. But they say, hey, the show must go on. And at the Elimination Chamber, they'll crown a new Intercontinental Champion. So that should be... We found out that night it'll be obviously Sheamus, Ryback. It will be Rusev, Dolph Ziggler, King Bad News Barrett. Walter, help me out here, dude. Help me out here.
I knew you were going to miss this last one. R-Truth.
There you go again, R-Truth. R-Truth. Wow, R-Truth. He's retired, but I don't know.
It's
so those are the guys.
Yeah,
probably his final run. And those are the guys that are going to be added inside the chamber for the championship. And what do you know? Sheamus comes out and says, you know what? You don't need to do a chamber match. I took out Daniel Bryan. I ended the Yes movement, which he possibly could have done. And they played a video package. They played a clip of what happened last month when Bryan was brutalized by Sheamus. Let me correct myself there. On SmackDown, which again, when it happens on SmackDown, it pretty much never happened. Let's be honest. Let's be real here. If it happens on SmackDown, no one gives a fuck.
pretty much.
Come on, we know it's true. Who watches SmackDown? Let's be real
people
here.
watch SmackDown. It's just some people like. I'm just one of those guys who feel like I don't need to watch SmackDown. Most of the things on SmackDown you'll see on Raw. The only good thing about SmackDown is probably better in-ring wrestling. But who cares? Most of the things you see on SmackDown you'll see on Raw. So I feel like it's a waste of time for me.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. And, you know, he pretty much said that, and that they should give him the Intercontinental title. Out comes Ryback, and he pretty much defends Bryan, calls him, you know, he has heart. He may not have the look. He may not have the size, you know, of a Ryback or a Bryan. See how they're shitting on him when they're doing this? You noticed that, right? But he gave it, he fought with his heart to become the Intercontinental Champion. I'm like, okay. And that, no, you know, one thing that Ryback, the big guy, does not like is a bully, which was funny because years ago he was a bully.
He was a bully. Sheamus said he didn't like bullies either when he was a face.
Exactly. And that he told Sheamus, hey, listen, why don't you pick on the big guy? We had an impromptu match, Ryback and Sheamus. They both went at it. It didn't go too long. But yeah, Sheamus won with a brogue kick after faking an eye injury. And JBL on the commentary, the funniest line at the end. He healed He healed quicker.
He healed quicker.
Yeah, what a quick heel recovery. Which again, I thought was very fucking hilarious because again, they're trying to take a rib on Bryan, which is funny. Okay,
Yeah.
they
Sheamus, they're trying to, they're not going to let him lose because he's most likely going to win that chamber match.
I agree. It could be most likely going to happen. I don't see it being anybody else. To tell you
Could
the
be
truth,
Rusev.
it could be Rusev. It really well could be Rusev, but I don't see it at this point. They're showing backstage. They're showing Seth Rollins and the Authority celebrating. And Rollins comes out with champagne, giving it out away to Triple H, Stephanie. He says, "You know what, Kane? I'm gonna serve you a drink because you know what? You should be happy that I saved your job, pretty much." And they're taking ribs at Kane, pretty much. And then Dean Ambrose comes out. He says, "You know what? Last time I checked, I beat you, but you didn't beat me. So I'm gonna give you a shot at a rematch, but this time you put your championship on the line." And then Triple H tells Kane, "You know what? We're gonna leave it to you, Kane. You decide what's gonna happen here. We'll leave you in charge." And then Kane says pretty much up to Rollins, and Rollins says no. And then you see Kane and Ambrose backstage just chilling there, like, you know what, bro? You used to be a monster. What the fuck happened to you? Now you're Rollins in the Authority's lapdog, and Paul Bearer will be rolling in his grave right now. What would Undertaker think? And it's just a huge burn. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
Kane sets up Ambrose in a match with Bray Wyatt for later on the night.
Damn.
Yeah. Renee Young's in the ring and she calls out, the man that gravity forgot, the sensation, Neville. I find it annoying that she's calling him this fucking sensation.
Why?
Am I the only one that feels that way? Like,
They're trying to hype him up.
nah, but really, to call him a fucking sensation? I mean, there's other sensations out there, but you don't hear people call them sensations. You know?
Yeah, but they're just trying to hype him up. That's how I feel.
That's how
Like,
you feel.
yeah, I mean, they're giving him nicknames. The man that gravity forgot, new sensation. To me, that feels like that they're not gonna shit on Neville. It looks like they're gonna give him a nice push, and they have him in a feud already. It looks like.
I do feel so as well. Let's hope so, though. Let's hope so. And then he says, you know what? So out comes Neville, and he talks about his time in NXT, how he's here how he's here to prove people wrong. And what do you know? Out comes Bo Dallas. Out comes
He got rid of the goatee.
He got rid of the goatee, which is, I kind of missed the goatee, to tell you the truth.
Nah.
I don't know. No homo here, but hey, listen, if you're a fan of it or not, that's fine. And pretty much, Bo says, things you claim things are looking up, but I don't believe that. And then Neville looks at him, hey Renee, you want to know how my NXT record started? By beating, I believe it was by beating Bo Dallas. And then Bo beats him up, and then it's an impromptu match. Bad news, Barrett and Neville. Barrett comes out and they have this match, and Barrett wins. Short and simple with the bullhammer, right?
Yep.
Like, you knew it was gonna happen. Like, you knew. Come on here. Let's be real.
They didn't want to shit on Barrett completely, and at least they got a feud going with Neville and Bo Dallas. It's something for both of them to do. Bo Dallas hasn't been doing anything ever since his return.
That is true. That is fucking true. Rusev comes out with no Lana, and apparently he says he didn't quit, and he demands a rematch with Cena. Let's restart the match. Come on, bring out that Cena guy. And Lana comes out. Apparently, Rusev demanded that Lana was to stay back, not to come out to the ring. And Rusev just goes off on her, calling her weak. And Lana pretty much says that he cares for Rusev. He did it for his safety. And you can tell if you watch this promo, if you listen to it, you can tell that the American accent was completely there.
Yeah, near the end of it, it was not good, obviously, but it's weird. It was a weird segment. I think, because I didn't know what they were going with, because Lana really didn't do anything. Like, you would have thought maybe she'd stand up to Rusev, but she didn't do anything until later on in the night.
Did you stand up to that guy?
No, but like, she's a woman. It's different.
You stand up to that guy?
She was the one who was controlling Rusev most of the time.
I
Like,
wouldn't stand
remember
up
when
to
they
him.
debuted? She was telling him to crush and do all this stuff, and now she's scared of Rusev.
Hey, listen. I mean, it could be. Never. I mean, would you be afraid?
Obviously, but like, she's different, you know.
I mean, hey, come on. I mean, then again, they are dating in real life. They're dating
Oh
in
yeah,
real
that's
life.
different. But they don't acknowledge that, and
And why would they acknowledge it?
yeah, you don't need to do that.
Why would they acknowledge it for though? But I mean, that was that, right? And it ended that whole segment. And again, I thought overall it felt weird because, like I said, they are dating in real life.
Hmm.
So you wouldn't really think that, hey, they would actually be doing that, you know? Did we just put this on Facebook that we are live? Let's just let the people know that we are live. Guys, if you watching the social media on the screen, you can follow us on Twitter at HeelSteven. You can check out my bad. You can follow the TEAMHEEL Podcast page on Twitter at TEAMHEEL Podcast. You can check out the YouTube channel, which you are watching this stream from. Hit the subscribe button down below. And give us a check out on the Facebook page, facebook.com/GutCheckPodcast. Anywho, after this, we had Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt set up by Corporate Kane. This was a fun match, I'll be honest. This was a very fun match. I like the spots that they did here. And at the end of it, you know, Bray wins by help of J&J Security, who came out to distract Ambrose. It happened, right? Come on. You've seen this already too many times. Like, why see it again?
Yeah,
Between
they
Bray and
always do
Ambrose.
that. It's like, oh, we're just gonna forget Dean Ambrose was in a feud with Bray Wyatt, just like with the Dean and Seth. It's like they have a random, acting like they didn't have beef in the past, but now they kind of acknowledge it near the end with Rollins and Ambrose. But in this, felt normal. Like, it's like Rollins and Wyatt. I mean, Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. It's like they never had a feud based
Oh, I
off
hear
this
you.
match. But they didn't want Bray Wyatt looking weak, and besides, Dean Ambrose beat Bray Wyatt on SmackDown apparently.
Apparently he did as well. But again, I don't. Who would have watched
Yeah,
SmackDown,
but
right?
I read spoilers. Apparently, he beat Bray Wyatt with help with Roman Reigns.
Interesting. And then we had the rematch for the Tag Team Championship: Kid Cesaro, Tyson Kidd, and Cesaro versus the New Day without Xavier Woods. And this wasn't really a match; it was more of a brawl, which ended in no contest. Which then, out of all this, you had fucking the Lucha Dragons coming out. They take out the New Day. They attack Kid Cesaro. Out comes Los Matadores. Where the fuck have they been this whole time? And they take out the New Day with the suicide dive right through them. They get into the ring and they do a suicide dive. Out of this, out comes the Ascension, and after this comes the Primetime Player. So we find out that these people, the team that came out, will be the teams involved in the Tag Team Title Elimination Chamber match. Some people call it awesome. I call it one giant clusterfuck of a match. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be crazy. So each
both
tag team, one team will be in one pod.
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They better
It,
not.
it sounds exciting though. I mean, I don't know why Los Matadores are in it, but
Because they don't have any tag teams. Shut up, you. Jerry.
don't they want to have? They could have at least the Mega Powers in there.
I mean, yeah,
Or,
I would
or
have.
Eric, where was Eric Rowan and Luke Harper?
That's a good question, dude. I mean, I don't know. Who knows, really? I mean, a lot can happen from here till, like, what, next week now? Right?
Because Eric Rowan and Luke Harper had a match against, Fandango and Zack Ryder.
Oh, yeah, which, again, that was another one. After this, we get to the John Cena U.S. Open Challenge. And I love this moment. I really did. And I think you know why, bro. I think you and a lot of people know why I love this moment, especially because
What? What's that?
No, Kevin Steen. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens came out on Raw. Not came out like that, but he appeared. He debuted on Raw. And
Yeah.
I'll be honest, when that happened, I went ape shit. I was marking the fuck out because, again, I am a huge fan of Kevin Steen / Kevin Owens, and I was happy for him. And it's crazy because my Twitter blew up like crazy when this happened. My Twitter went berserk when this, because people know, like, yeah, I'm a mark for the guy. And it was cool to get all those tweets for all people say, oh, I know right now Heel Steven is going crazy. Heel Steven did this, Heel Steven did that. And it's cool, you know? And
Yeah.
let's be
People know that that's your favorite guy right there.
exactly. The guy did an intro for my channel
Yeah.
months ago. Years ago, he did an intro for my own YouTube channel. Heel Steven, by the way. Just want to put that out there. But the segment itself, let's be honest, it felt crazy. To be honest, who would have ever thought that Kevin Owens or Kevin Steen, however you still want to call him, would be in the ring with John Cena?
Yeah, it's hard to think about that, With Kevin Owens, especially this early, like he's in the ring with John Cena as the NXT champion. That was cool that they brought him out, and now he has a match with Cena at the Chamber. That's gonna be great. I know it's a little too soon, but
I know.
I think it'll be a throwaway match. I don't think it's gonna be anything serious.
No, but it was a back and forth match, and holy crap!
You mean the promo?
Yeah, that segment itself was back and forth with Mike.
Yeah.
It's funny because he was like, "Oh, let me give you some advice." And this almost like, "Wait a minute, some advice? I've been doing this for 15 years. In fact, I've been doing this longer than you. I'm just giving you my break now. So don't think you come and give me advice ever. You understand me?" In his Canadian accent too, which was fucking hilarious at the same time. And it's just the face off between these two guys. Let's be real here. These two, in a way, they mesh well together. They need each other, almost. You know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying? There's like a click, something clicked there.
Yeah, it's obvious because Kevin Owens. Well, back when he was Kevin Steen in ROH, he used to wear that shirt, right? Kill Steen Kill with the Cena lettering.
Yeah, the Rise Above the Hate shirt. Yeah,
you could just imagine one day, Kevin Owens and John Cena. That'd be a nice feud because I don't know, like that segment proved that they could have some very good segments leading up to a feud.
And listen, at the same time as well, it was one of those things where no one thought that would ever happen.
That too, yeah.
No one thought in a million years that could ever happen.
Oh.
And listen, I personally feel like, Owens looked like a big deal. He looked like a fucking big deal in the ring. People were chanting. People were. Go on, bro. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. He dominated Cena after. He did his pop-up powerbomb.
People were cheering for him. People were cheering. People were saying, "Kill Steen, kill." You heard people say that. Kill Steen, kill.
Yeah.
Fight Owens, fight. Like, people know who the fuck he is. And I'm just happy for him. I'm really, really happy for him. I feel like at the end of the day, listen, I know people are gonna shit on it. Oh, he's gonna get buried to Cena at Chamber. I disagree with that. I disagree.
No, I think it'll end like in a no contest or someone wins by count out or DQ.
I think so too.
I don't see a clean finish in that match.
But
I'll be shocked if I do.
I'll say this right now, though. So I'll say this about it. I know right now in NXT, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, that's a big money feud. It'll probably be a big money feud once it comes up to the main roster. I guarantee you that will be a future WrestleMania main event. If booked correctly, that is.
Yeah.
And let's say 4 years from now, 5 years from now. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But we found out Monday night that John Cena versus Kevin Owens, it's another big money feud.
Yeah.
Think about it. Just think of what angles they could do together.
Exactly. Like I said, they based off that segment that we saw, I think they can do even more good segments with each other, whether it's in ring, backstage, or whatever. Because I think they can pull off some good matches as well.
I think so too. I totally think so as well. And I was just fucking, again, I'm happy, and I hate being repetitive, but I just can't help myself here,
Yeah,
And again,
it was
listen,
awesome seeing him debut.
now again, listen, I don't think he's officially part of the main roster. I just feel like it's more of, hey, that this past week was NXT Takeover, and we got to promote this event on the network. What better way to do it on Raw? Having Kevin Owens come out to the ring, just so happened to be with John Cena.
Yeah, like because with Kevin Owens, the dude's gonna be a huge star. Like they're not gonna shit on him, and just to see him on Raw like this early, it's crazy.
Put it this way: it could have been Finn Balor. It could have been
Exactly. Yep.
it could have been Hideo Itami if he wasn't hurt.
Yep.
But I don't think it would have gotten the same reaction. Maybe Balor.
Maybe Balor, yeah, but no, Kevin Owens and Cena is a better matchup to me than anything else. Like the best opponent for Cena right now, if he's gonna like face a young guy, it's Kevin Owens.
Exactly. I agree with that 100%. Drop us your comments, guys, with your thoughts on this. We'll take live calls in just a bit. Just bear with us here. Bear with us, okay? Don't call in yet. Don't call in yet. But I was just happy as fuck. After that, yeah, Cena got pop-up power bombed. And again, after that, he stepped on the U.S. title.
Yeah.
He stepped on the U.S. title. Which, WWE didn't give a fuck. Let's be real. Because again, it's not their homemade belt. They got it from WCW.
Yeah.
So
Even though, it's getting a little bit more prestige, I guess, because Cena's holding it. It doesn't matter. Kevin Owens was just trying to make a statement, and that's getting heel heat as well. Stepping on the U.S. title because he's not even from America.
He's
He's not from the
Canadian.
United States. He's Canadian. So
Exactly.
I love that he showed off his NXT title. He made that NXT title seem really important. Like that's the only title in the world that matters.
Exactly. But I'll get into it later also. Dolph Ziggler versus Stardust. I hate that we're talking about this now. But, yeah. Fucking. Does it. Put it this way. Ziggler won. Period.
Yeah, but I think Stardust, they're gonna kill that character off.
Yeah, they are. They are. Ziggler won. After this, Cole is in the ring. He tells him that, hey, you have officially entered the Elimination Chamber. You're the final participant to qualify for this match. He has a scar, by the way. This giant scar on his forehead from payback from his match with Sheamus. People said that he bladed himself. He probably did. After this, Lana comes out, and she literally starts making out with Dolph Ziggler. Middle of the ring.
Yep.
Out comes Rusev. Rusev screaming at Lana just so he gets zigzag. You know you're fucked when you lose your title, you lose your medal. But remember, apparently his medal was stolen at a live event, whatever it was. You lose your streak and you lose your bitch in a Cena feud. You know you're fucked.
Yep. Although I feel like it's not the complete split up of Lana and Rusev. I think this is.
Yeah, like a setup.
I think it's a setup, and I could see it playing. I think Rusev might win the IC title. I'm not sure. But I think it's a setup for something. I don't know. I feel like they're not going to break them up just yet. But
Swerve.
crazier shit has happened. So, because why is Ziggler in this type of storyline? Like, he's always been with a lot of female managers.
Vicky Guerrero, AJ Lee.
And, what's the difference with Lana now?
She's more attractive. She's more appealing.
Yeah. Definitely the cutest chick, he kissed. But
exactly. Luke Harper and Eric Rowan beat the fuck out of Fandango and Zack Ryder. You knew that was happening. Let's be honest.
At least Zack Ryder got a raw appearance. Raw match.
They got him out of catering. Hey, get in the ring. It was supposed to be Nikki Bella versus Naomi. The Bella team was supposed to come out of the ring. Stephanie tells Brie to stay back. She needs counseling. What happened to Brian, and so Nikki went at it alone. And this ended in a disqualification after Tamina comes in and beats up Nikki Bella. So Naomi doesn't win the championship, which is kind of stupid because why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah, like what's the point of writing off Brie if she's not gonna win anyway? Like I was like, okay, Naomi's finally gonna win the title. Nope.
Paige comes out after this and she clears the ring. And there's Nikki Bella and she beats up Nikki Bella, saying, "Hey, this is her house." Whoop-de-doo, ma. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
It's the same thing. I don't know what they're trying to do. I mean, are they gonna really put Paige as the top diva now, beating Nikki Bella? I don't know what's happening.
We had Kevin Owens being interviewed by Renee Young backstage, and he tells her that, you know what, him and Cena will face off sooner than later at Elimination Chamber. Again,
Yes.
who would have thought that would ever happen?
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm like, damn, already? Already facing Cena. I mean, people are saying it's too soon, but I don't think. I think, like I said, this is just gonna be a random match. I mean, it'll probably be a good match, but they're not. I think they're gonna save their best match for like a SummerSlam, maybe Mania. Well, I think mostly SummerSlam.
I think SummerSlam. I think Mania. I wouldn't mind seeing it at Mania. I said there should be a WrestleMania match, like a Dream
Yeah, but
Mania
I think
match.
Cena's Mania match is gonna be against Roman Reigns,
Or I think it's Finn Balor.
or that too. But I think Roman's WrestleMania 32,
I
and that
think
would
so.
make sense.
It has to be for the championship. I hate to say it, but it has to be for
Yeah,
the championship.
yeah,
If
that's what I'm
you
saying. Roman will. I don't know if Roman's gonna before Mania. Maybe he will, and then the Money in the Bank briefcase holder, whoever that is, will cash in.
now, here's what I do. Here's how I'd book it.
Yeah,
People might find this crazy. Then again, you might not. Have Cena win Money in the Bank.
wow.
Yeah. Have him turn heel at SummerSlam. You know where I'm going with this, right? Have him cash in on the cockfist, and he turns heel.
You think they're ready to do that?
Hey, it feels like if you really want to get Roman over here, you really want him to have his moment at Mania, that's the only way I see them doing it right now.
They're gonna have to, right?
They're going to have to.
Because if you want to make your new big face, you would have Roman, have to face the top face of the company, and if Cena's heel, because that's gonna get Roman a lot more over, I think.
Absolutely. I do agree with that too.
Yeah, and have it like, but the problem is, will they really continue to feud out like all the way till Mania? Like when would Cena cash in on Roman Reigns?
The day
SummerSlam?
when Roman wins the championship, or not the night after, Raw after on SummerSlam.
Because Roman, I think he could still have his big moment at Mania, winning the title. I don't know if it would be for the first time. Because remember, Bryan's the same thing. He won it at SummerSlam. Randy Orton cashed in, and Bryan waited. No, then Bryan won the title again at Night of Champions. Then he lost. And then they got vacated, and he didn't win it back. And then he waited all the way till Mania.
But again, what I'm saying though, that's what you got to do though. Something like
Yeah.
that.
Like Roman Reigns could go through that same scenario, kind of how Daniel Bryan went.
Not like that, but the difference is that you got to make Roman look strong here though.
Yeah, of course. Always gotta make Roman look strong.
Yeah, that's
Like,
or if not, you know what? Or hey, I mean, I don't know at this point. I really don't know. But that's that's something I look at.
he could most likely win the Rumble again.
Do you really want him going twice in a row?
I mean, how is he gonna be facing for the championship? Will he be defending the title at Mania? I think he will have another
He has
title
to.
match at
I
Mania.
mean, and listen, and guess what, bro? The best part about it, we're gonna be there.
Yeah, but exactly, shit.
Watch
Seeing
our boy
finally win.
The cockfist.
But
Which, by the way, I've ordered my shirt to come in. It should be coming in this upcoming week. My WWE shop order. They had this authentic T-shirt sale. Every shirt for $19.99, which was cheap. I'm like, fuck it, I'll buy 2 shirts. So
yeah, but oh my god, if Cena does win Money in the Bank, and he wins the world title, he'd be a 16-time world champ.
hey, at any cost to make Roman to put Roman over. at this point at any cost to make him look strong.
Yeah, Cena's gonna have to be champ for this one. Yeah, because I don't see who else Roman could face at Mania. Triple H. I feel like that could be a SummerSlam type of match. I think they should go back to something like that. Roman Reigns versus Triple H at SummerSlam.
Could be. It very well could be. But we'll see. I swear to God, I would start a riot if Cena wins the world title again. Hey. Better learn to love it, kid. Better learn to love it. But yeah, we had the
I'm
final.
not gonna love that either.
Well, yeah, no. We had the final
all,
segment.
all for Roman Reigns, okay.
The authorities in the ring for the Architect of a Dream ceremony for Seth Rollins. And they're all celebrating in the ring. Out comes Dean Ambrose. He's demanding to get a title shot against Seth Rollins. And he attacks Rollins. He attacks J&J Security. And he threatens pretty much to hit, he threatens to hit fucking Seth Rollins with cinder blocks.
Yeah.
And Seth gives him a shot at the title. Fine, he gets his match. So, at Elimination Chamber, it'll be Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose going at it. How convenient. How amazing is that, right?
We're guaranteed a pretty good match. Yeah, I feel like they should. I don't know if they're gonna bring back the official feud again. I don't know if it's a long-term thing, but I guess they want to give Dean Ambrose some type of a one-on-one match. Because notice that Dean Ambrose hasn't had a singles one-on-one match for the world title yet. So
I agree, and that's what's gonna happen, and I can't wait.
Well, what happened to Randy Orton?
Apparently, he wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
I bet I know.
Reigns wasn't there.
Nope.
What's next for them?
But yeah, I don't know. But we'll see, though. We'll see. We'll see what happens coming up next. So that was Raw. Again, I thought overall it was a very, it was a very solid show. Overall, could have been better, yes. But that one segment I just marked out for you all know what it is.
Yeah, period. I think this Raw was better than last week's. I kind of enjoyed it.
Of course you did, dude. Come on. Who didn't enjoy it? Let's be honest. Who the fuck didn't enjoy it?
Some people probably think that the Owens segment was the only good part. I feel like there was some other good parts too.
Well, can you blame them? Can you blame people?
I mean, look at the Elimination Chamber card. It's pretty stacked to me, even with 4 matches.
I know,
this
right?
Might be a good pay-per-view.
I just hope so. I'm going to get into Samoa Joe here. NXT. We're not going to give it to the full review because we talked about it this past Wednesday on my channel on the NXT live review that we did. But I'll give my thoughts on Samoa Joe making his debut. I thought overall, the way they did it was very cool. One thing for sure, hey, he's keeping his name, Samoa Joe. And I'm happy. God. I'm happy for it. I really am.
Like, what else can they call him?
Joey Samoa. No. Joey Uso.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that he's keeping it, but good for him.
Okay, people who are saying when we're accepting calls, when you see that do not call in yet goes away, that's when we'll accept calls. Just so you know. When you see that sign that says it, do not call in yet, goes away, that's when we'll take calls. Just so you know. So don't worry, we'll get to all of you and your calls and whatnot. So we'll get to you all right? We'll get to you guys. Anywho, but yeah, that was to me overall with Joe though. I'm happy that he's finally there. I'm happy. What about you, bro? What's your take on this whole Samoa Joe thing?
I loved it. I love when Samoa Joe came out because, it was just awesome to see him and Kevin Owens stare down. Like, that's definitely a match everyone, I think, is intrigued of. I don't know if he's fully an NXT guy yet, because apparently he does have some indie dates during the summer.
I think his deal is, he'll also take... He's still going to take indie dates until, I think, sometime mid-summer.
Yeah, and then he'll stop and he'll be a full-time WWE employee. He'll be working on the NXT, I assume. But hopefully, it's just great to see him, in a WWE ring. I mean, it's NXT, but NXT is part of WWE. So to see him just there, like, I was shocked a little bit. I mean, there was rumors that he was coming out, but like once I seen it literally, it was great to see. Who would have thought he would have been in the company? He's getting older and stuff, but it's great to see that he's finally in the WWE.
Exactly. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. Holy crap, all these viewers. Thank you all for tuning in.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Okay. I want to talk though. I hate faggots. Okay. ISIS life. Okay. Well, if you just excuse me here.
I guess some people can't read.
I know. Hey, it is what it is. But
we'll call in yet.
It happens, dude. Well, buddy. But back to this whole NXT. Back to this whole Samoa Joe thing, though. I think it's a smart move to do what they did. They have him come out after the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn match. He had to face off with Kevin Owens, and that's how you do it. That's how you fucking do it at the end of the fucking day.
Yeah, like I said, it was just great to finally see him there.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do. I'm gonna give it a shot here. I don't know about you.
Yeah, of course. Based off his debut, it seems like they're going the right direction.
Exactly. The right direction.
Some people would probably think he's getting buried, but because how WWE is, they wouldn't usually they make their big man, dress up in some gimmick and stuff, but they're doing the right things with Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens for now.
Indeed. Absolutely.
Some people, like, when Kevin Owens was in ROH, and they were saying, if he comes to the WWE, he's going to have some crappy ass, gimmick.
Yep.
But nope, Kevin Owens is, pretty much the same guy you've seen in the Indies.
Indeed. Looking at the comments here, the Bible, God made the Bible exists, #destroyed. The Bible's 1,000%. Listen, guys, I don't want this to become a religion class, so I'm just saying, just leaving it out there. Wow. Anywho, dude, I mean, I'll tell you what we're going to do now. We're going to go to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about TNA and this huge debacle is going on with Destination America. And we're going to talk about Josh Mathews. And after that, we'll take live calls. So, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of the Team Heel Podcast.
Davy Crockett, the man who don't know fear.
He went off to Congress and served a spell, fixing up a government laws as well. He took over Washington, so I hear the tale, and patched up a crack in the Liberty Bell.
Davy Crockett, seeing his duty clear.
Now that you're here, I want all of you guys to go check out the Heel Steven store on Spreadshirt.com. I have numerous shirts with numerous designs up on the store right now. I have more designs to come as the weeks progress. I have shirts such as Around the Point, The Heel Steven Show, Anti-Smart, Heel Since Day One, one of my personal favorites, Cry Smart Cry, I'm a Heel Girl. That's right, for all the ladies out there, I have love for all of you. So I made a shirt for all the ladies out there, I'm a heel girl, and for all the dudes, I'm a heel guy. Go to heelsteven.spreadshirt.com and buy yourself a shirt today. That's right, guys. Go to heelsteven.spreadshirt.com. Buy yourself a t-shirt today. And we are back with the TEAMHEEL podcast. Okay, let's get into this whole TNA debacle. Okay, let's get into this whole issue involving Impact Wrestling. So this past Wednesday, there was a news article that came out from WrestlingInc.com, I believe it is, via the Wrestling Observer, that Destination America is going to cancel TNA Impact Wrestling in September. Apparently, they have this clause where they can, they could end the deal. I think that's what it's called, right? Not legit?
The opt-out clause?
Yeah, they have an opt-out clause in September, and apparently they're going to pretty much end it right there in September. And boy, this had a lot of people talking. This had a lot of people going ape shit, going berserk. Again, just craziness. Just fucking craziness on Twitter all around, period, And it turns out that what they're saying is not true. What they're saying, it is true. My head hurts.
Yeah, it's very confusing. Like, this rumor literally spread out during the NXT show, so it was like,
which was crazy. Yeah, during the NXT show, all these things came out during the NXT show, which is the crazy thing about all of this too.
Yep, and as soon as I was checking, I was checked the dirt sheets after the NXT show. I just seen a big news, the big headline: TNA, Destination America is gonna cancel TNA. I'm like, damn. So I mean, there was stories leading up to that big story, I guess, saying how they were moving back to Wednesday nights, right?
Yeah, as you all know as well, they're moving to Wednesday nights coming up on June 3rd, which I think is a good move for them. But at the same time, when you look at it, when you're on a network and you're moving to a new day under a year, it's not really a good move. It's not really a good sign. It's not really, something to be proud of, really. I think at the end of the day, that at the end of the day, it's a good move. Because, hey, let's be honest, Friday is a dead night for wrestling.
Oh, yes.
Friday night, I'm sorry, it's a dead night, period. It's not the best night for a show. Think about it. It's a Friday night, people go out, people are celebrating, what have you. And it's funny because Bob Ryder, TNA, I believe he is the executive, one of the guys in TNA who's in charge, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wrote the following when the news came out. And I quote, "For almost 13 years, some people have predicted we were about to go out of business. It's no more true today than it was then. Hashtag stand up." And then he wrote this before that regarding Samoa Joe's debut, which I thought was very funny as well. "Congratulations at Samoa Joe, and congratulations at WWE for what you are doing with the at WWE NXT project. The future of our business is bright."
Oh, well, the thing about it is that he didn't really say if they were getting canceled or not. He just talked about if he was going out of business. The news article didn't say anything about them going out of business.
And again, I don't think TNA is gonna die. I think here's my take about it too. TNA have been saying, "Oh, it's not true. It's not true." What they're saying, that's fine and all, but at the same time, who I really want to hear from is Destination America. Those are the people that I want to hear from.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They're not gonna officially announce this yet. But this sounds like. Remember, a lot of people were saying the Spike TV thing wasn't true.
Exactly.
I feel like.
But at least Viacom said something. At least Viacom, the parent of Spike, wrote something on Twitter when the news came out. Hey, we can't discuss anything on current negotiations. Remember that?
But this is Destination America. This, they're They're a smaller network. They don't know how to deal with this. It just questions like, why the hell did you take up TNA if you're gonna,
Which again, I think
eventually.
is I agree, dude. I think it's stupid. Like TNA is your highest rated show on your network. Cause let's be honest, who the fuck gives a fuck about Destination America? Period.
Rednecks.
Who? No, I'm saying who the fuck watches any show on Destination America, Monster Asylum or Barbecue Hut? And I'll say this as well: Destination America was not the move for TNA. I mean, I'm happy that hey they found a network, but let's be honest, it's not. It was not the network for them. You know what I mean?
It's not.
And I find and I understand there's people who call it Desperation America or Final Destination or Destination DVR. I get it.
It's because like this network's not in everyone's home. It's 60 million homes. That's not enough.
Exactly, dude. What are you making over there, bro? I hear a blender.
Oh, I don't know. It's my mom. Probably making some pineapple juice.
Damn, at 11:53 in the
Yeah,
afternoon
they're
night.
weird. They cook whenever. Well, not cook, but they do anything at this time.
TNA needs a big star like Adam Cole or Okada. I don't think that's gonna do them though. I mean, it could be, but I mean, I don't think Okada's leaving New Japan for TNA. And I don't think Adam Cole's gonna want to go over there. I mean, it'd be cool if he did, but I don't see it happening. You know, I know people, and there's people right now that are going off on Dave Meltzer on Twitter. And how dare you say this? How dare you say that? Again, my take is this, okay? I know Meltzer is known to be very, very biased towards TNA. He is. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, of course.
Now, mind you, listen, I am not a subscriber to the Wrestling Observer. I'm not spending $15 on a newsletter that is written by a guy and his thoughts on the business. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm just not. There's a lot of things I can do with $15. I can get a haircut for $15.
Wait, it's $15 a month.
I think it's a month. I'm not even sure at this point. My head hurts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just confusing. I mean, with Meltzer, yes, obviously, maybe he has a little gripe on TNA, but I feel like when he reports stuff like this, how can he his journalism career, I guess, would be in jeopardy if he, lied like this.
Exactly.
I don't think Meltzer would be this stupid. I think he is telling the truth, unfortunately, but I think people misinterpret it like, oh, they're going out of business, they're dying. No, it's the network's just getting rid of TNA.
Exactly. I mean, again, we don't know. We don't know if it's really if it's a confirmed official.
Yeah, we don't know, but it's more. I think it's probable, at least.
It could be, dude. Probable is more likely. More likely probable. Apparently, TNA wrote the following. They wrote this on their site. They wrote this apparently. Not really. Yeah, they pretty much wrote this pretty much regarding them being canceled by Destination America. And I quote, "It has come to our attention that several internet news sources have falsely attributed statements to TNA, its executives, and broadcasting partner. These false statements constitute defamation, and if necessary, we will seek all legal remedies available to us." In other words, they're going to try to sue Dave Meltzer here, and I think that would be the stupidest thing to do. Because guess what? You can try to sue him. You can try that, but guess what? He's not going to leave. He's still going to be there.
Yep.
Dave Meltzer is like, he's a critique. We're always going to deal with critiques in life. Yeah, let's put it that way.
There's critiques everywhere. He's just another, news reporter. He's like any other reporter, whether it's sports or, just news in general.
I mean, let's be honest. Look, say what you want about Meltzer. Say what you want about him. But there have been stories that he did break that were true.
Exactly. I mean, yeah.
Go on, bro. I'll make you off.
I was going to say, he wasn't the one that broke out the Spike TV thing, right? It was just TMZ or...
Yeah, it was TMZ, but they got it from somewhere, though. They had to get it
Yeah,
from
I
somewhere.
feel like Meltzer was the first one to break it, and then TMZ went on it. And people were saying, "Oh, it's TMZ, don't believe it." But then we heard it, rapidly. So it's hard to not believe because the Spike TV, everyone kept saying that was false. So what makes people think it's any different here? Because I could see why Destination America doesn't want to keep them, but at the same time, why Destination America? What was the point of picking up TNA if you didn't even have faith in them in the first place? Because I don't. Why would they just completely opt out in September? Not even give them more than a year. Like they've seen enough. Like they're the ones who wanted to push Kurt Angle, and TNA did that for you, and you
Exactly.
still, and they
Exactly.
still don't want to give them a chance, really.
He might think about it too. Like, listen, people, to all the TNA supporters out there, 'cause there's people out there that are going outraged. It's crazy. At the end of the day, just because TNA says something doesn't mean it's official regarding the situation. Because for all we know, TNA can be a bluff right now. TNA can be
Yeah,
a bluff. Let's put it this way. If you watch poker, right? Just poker game, whatever it may be, or you're playing Uno, right? Say you and I were playing Uno, and you have the shittiest cards in your hand.
yeah,
You're gonna pretend that you have the best cards on your hand, but they're shit.
crap. Yep.
So for all we know, it could be them putting their poker face on right now. Listen, I want to hear from Destination America. I want to hear from the Discovery people what they had
Yeah.
to say. That's what I'm looking forward to hearing right now. We haven't heard anything from them yet. So until we hear something from them in particular, then we can make some judgment on this. Then we can say, oh, is it happening or not? I personally don't feel that way. At the end of the day, because again, I personally feel at the end of the day, they're going to work something out. And they're going to stay in Destination America.
I would hope so, because that's crazy how they're just companies hasn't even been around for okay. They're giving up on them, and how long have they been in Destination America since? I believe January, right?
Yeah,
Or
not even a year yet. Not even a fucking year
yeah,
yet.
February, March, April, and you're already giving May, 4 months, and you're just not impressed already. It's crazy.
I agree, but at the other thing about it too, like to all the TNA supporters out there who are going outrage again, let things play out right now.
Yeah, let's wait till we hear like the official word, and we'll see. What happens with TNA because there's always
Did you
these
hear?
rumors with
I
TNA.
don't know really how much. I don't really know much. But it must be sound like an asshole. Okay, I remember that scandal. It was bad. I never heard of that. Apparently, for the door giveaway scandal. Can you elaborate more on that, Walter? Do you know about that?
The what?
The door giveaway scandal
What door giveaway?
by Meltzer. I don't know. I don't know what that.
I don't know.
But that's that. At the end of the day, I'm not saying they're going under. I'm not saying it's the end of TNA. I think people really took it really. They misquoted pretty much. There's a misunderstanding. Because if a network throws them out doesn't mean it's the end of it. Yeah, they need TV. They need it.
Yeah, I think they should have been patient and waited a couple more months to get WGN America because I don't think WGN America would have done this shit with them. But yeah, it's crazy how a network that isn't really big is kicking them out. It's kind of sad.
Indeed.
It's not
Na-
really. I don't want to completely blame it on TNA, but
I hear you, dude. I hear you. You know what I'm saying? But now I want to talk about this final segment here before we get into the live calls. That is the LOL tweet, pretty much. So when Samoa Joe did his debut on NXT, Josh Mathews, TNA announcer, color commentator, took it to Twitter to write the following tweet. And I quote, "How did at WWE NXT announcers know who Samoa Joe was if we are hashtag obscurity in their world? Sick of hypocrisy." Now, one thing I don't like, or I just find annoying, period, is when people use a hashtag for stupid shit like hashtag obscurity. Like this. It's like I'm writing a tweet. I'm not feeling good. Hashtag sick. Or I'm going out today. Hashtag oh boy. Or
Some people used to tweet like that though.
Or you are so mean. Hashtag unfollow. Like, I hate these hashtag activists. I just hate it. You know what I mean? That's just me, of course.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this tweet, and as I'm just looking at it right now, I'm sure all of you guys are as well. I think, number one, here's the thing about it. There's two sides of the spectrum here. Number one, this tweet makes Josh Mathews look stupid. It does.
Oh, yeah.
There's people that say, oh, he's a whiny bitch. How can that be? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I don't understand why he tweeted that. I understand you want to defend your company, but you don't only got to take shots at the other company that fired you, you know? It's like he's kind of bitter still.
Not that you can say bitter. I look at it more like you need to think about it, okay?
Yeah.
Obviously, put it this way, Josh Mathews and everyone else in wrestling, they're in the wrestling business. And because you're in the wrestling business, you know that all the wrestlers, regardless of the promotion, where they're wrestling at, whatever it may be, they know everyone. Put it this way, I understand that WWE loves to pretend that they're the only thing in town. There's nothing else out there, right? That's their thing, pretty much, right?
Right.
But to the people who work within WWE, all the wrestlers there, they know people that may wrestle in, let's say, TNA, or who wrestle in, let's say, Ring of Honor, or let's say New Japan, Lucha Underground, and vice versa. And so do the fans. Like, yes, the fans, there's some WWE fans that are part of the WWE Universe. As much as I find that silly, the WWE Universe name, those fans, they're wrestling fans also. So I'm sure a good portion of them, they watch TNA, or they know about TNA, they know about Ring of Honor, they watch Ring of Honor, they know about New Japan, they watch New Japan. So they know about these wrestlers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but just like I feel like with Samoa Joe, just because he was in TNA doesn't mean that like, oh, they don't know him. Samoa Joe was also in ROH. You know, just because I know he's a TNA guy, I guess you can say. But you know, I just feel like Josh Mathews. I don't know why he tweeted that. I'm just so confused. Why? Like, I understand WWE doesn't acknowledge TNA, but mostly everyone knows who Samoa Joe is. Even not just because he wrestled on TNA, you know, also wrestle in the Indies.
Exactly. Put it this way.
Yeah.
Put it like this, okay? There's a lot of people who are also saying, oh, you know, oh, Samoa Joe is apparently he also wrote this tweet, oh, he got to start, he's a TNA made guy. And listen, you can make the argument, here, put it this way as well. Samoa Joe was featured on Punk's DVD, heavily on that DVD. So a lot of people who bought the CM Punk DVD Best in the World,
he was there.
He was there. He was the people who, I'm sure, again, who bought the DVD of the Best in the World by CM Punk, which, by the way, is a very good DVD. Till this day, I still watch it whenever I get a chance to.
Yeah.
So people who bought the DVD, they know who he is. They've heard of him. Okay? But at the end of the day, it's one of those things where, you know, it makes Josh Mathews look stupid. Period. And it was this whole thing of, oh, he also, he's a TNA made guy. I get where he's going with that. I get it. It's one of those things where, yeah, he got his start in Ring of Honor. People who were running him on Twitter, oh, you're wrong. He wrestled Kobashi, he wrestled Punk in Ring of Honor. That's where he was made. I get where people are going with that in the sense of, yeah, his roots are Ring of Honor. That's where he started. but he got polished. He got put on a bigger scale.
TNA
is TNA. And people will never take that away from him. That is where he got his big start. That's when he got his name more noticed.
Yeah,
the
but
matches.
now he's going to be featured in a bigger platform, and on mostly a lot of people are subscribed to the network, almost 1 million or more than 1 million. People are gonna know him more now as Samoa Joe. I think just the fact that he's there is great. It doesn't, to me, I don't care where he's from. I think it's all about going to the big stage now.
Indeed. And listen, I don't hate Josh Mathews. I don't hate the guy. There's people who call him a piece of shit. Oh, he's a dick. Listen, he may come off like a dick, like an asshole, but I don't hate the guy. I think Josh Mathews, I think he's a good commentator in TNA. I find funny too, a lot of these TNA supporters, these apologists, when he was in WWE, people were saying, "Oh, this guy sucks." And now he's in TNA. All of a sudden, everybody's like, "Oh, it's defending him and shit."
I liked him in WWE too.
I liked him. I liked him too.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess because people didn't really see in TNA he's featured more. Probably that's why.
Yeah, exactly. I think again, and he's doing good work with TNA for the commentator position. End of the day.
Yeah, I don't know, but he just needs to watch how he's tweeting. And,
exactly. Just watch how he's tweeting, and everything should go great after that. But that's pretty much wraps that part. All right, now we're gonna take live calls. If you're gonna listen, when we're able to call with somebody, don't try to call in. We'll get to everyone one at a time. All right. So if you call in and we don't pick up, we'll call you back. So be next to your phones if anything. All right. The sign is now gone. We are taking now live calls. So if you want to call in, the number's on the screen: 718-473-0813. Call in, ask questions if regarding wrestling, whatever you want. Feel free. At the end of the day. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, am I right?
Yeah.
It's
all about the wrestling.
Exactly. All about the love of professional wrestling. But you're going to call in, you got to have a number. You can't be no unknown number.
Exactly.
So call in, guys. And what do you know? An unknown number is calling.
Jesus.
You guys know the drill. It has to be a number. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. It has to be a number. So if you want to call in, guys, call in 718-473-0813. I mean, this should be fun. What do you think, bro?
Definitely should be fun. Hopefully, someone calls in. Come on.
I'm on it. Call in, people. Call in 718-473-0813. Completely toll free. Call in. Put that in the comment threads there.
What happened?
I'm not just posting in the comments. Hey, what do you know? Another unknown number is calling. That's a botchamania, Jesus. Very well could be. Very well could be. Yeah, man. So, dude, I mean, who do you got in the playoffs, dude? Who do you got in these playoffs?
Who would I get in the playoffs? What the fuck happened outside? Anyway, what playoffs? NBA, right?
Yeah, NBA playoffs. Who do you got?
Yeah, I got Cleveland, Golden State going to the finals.
Okay.
As for hockey, if anyone cares, obviously I'm still gonna root for the Rangers to go to the finals. And out of the West, probably Chicago. I think people want to see New York and Chicago. Two major cities. Like last year was New York and LA.
Indeed. 646, you're on the air. What's your name and where you from?
Hey, Steven. It's Aisha from New Jersey. How you
Aisha.
doing?
We're good. And yourself?
I'm doing good. No, I wasn't. It's not feeling well, but just listening to the show. Just don't want to call. I decided to call in, you know.
Okay. What you want to talk about?
Oh, yeah. So, like, with this whole TNA thing, like you guys said, like, why, if you didn't believe them and believe in TNA, so why pick them up? Like, with me, like, just with TNA, like, I tried to, like, get him back in the product, but it's just that, it's just, I don't know, they're just, like, they're just back in the old ways, and with Kurt Angle as your champion, it's just, like, I can't, and, I mean, I want to, but now with this whole controversy with Destination America, it's like, yeah.
Listen, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
I try. I used to be a diehard TNA, but just that they do stupid shit that just made me, like, yeah, scratch my head too. It's like, what are you doing? Like,
I hear you. But, I mean, what can I say? I mean, at the end of the day, with TNA right now, we gotta wait and see what happens, you know? End of the day. Because, again, TNA is saying, oh, it's not true. But, yeah, we want to hear from Destination America.
yeah, that's more
we
legitimate.
That's the thing about
And
it.
you know, the funny thing is, TNA has been getting a lot, like due to this stuff, like these TNA's canceled, whatever. It's sad how they get so much exposure from that instead of their product, which I kind of find a little sad.
What can I say? You know, it happens.
I mean, like, do you, like, see people talking about the last episode, like, numbers, like, TNA was like, oh!
I hear you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, like, with, like, Samoa Joe, whatever, so, like, isn't he, like, booked with more, like, dates? So, is he gonna, like, do that, then stay in NXT full-time?
I think what he's doing, I think his deal, he hasn't signed any deal yet. To my understanding, he's still going to do his indie dates and at the same time do NXT. So I think once his indie dates are done, he's going to be exclusively WWE bound.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens after that. We'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Like, I was looking at a report the other day, and, like, due to the women's match that happened at NXT, they said Triple H and Stephanie, they actually want to make women's wrestling a lot bigger because due to, like, Ronda Rousey, like, being on the, like, cover of Sports Illustrated, her being big on her, they want, because, well, I'm kind of a feminist, but it's, like, the year, like, you can, like, notice that a lot of, like, women's sports is becoming bigger now, you know? And, like, now, Ronda Rousey doing her thing, now it's reported that Triple H want to make revolutionize women's wrestling due to that. Sasha and Becky, I pray, I hope something will happen. I mean, you can agree.
Yeah, I hear you. I really do. I mean, I think a lot of us want to see the women's division in WWE get better. I think that's a big thing. I think they're going to do it with these new crop of women. You know, when you look at the NXT women's division right now, you have women such as, you know, Sasha Banks, you have Bayley, you have Becky Lynch, Charlotte, who I feel is on her way up to the main roster sooner than later. Hell, even I think Dana Brooks with some improvement. Alexa Bliss, I think, with a little more improvement as well. Hell, even Carmella with some improvement. You can have a strong base there for the WWE Women's Division, or the Divas Division, how they want to be called, at the end of the day. What do you think, Walter?
Yeah, what they're doing down at NXT, I think they're doing a nice job. You know, clearly we've just seen a really good match between Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. It shows that it's not just, you know, one or two divas pulling out good matches. They have more women that can, more female wrestlers that can pull out good matches, but with the main roster, it's different. They don't give them much of a chance. In NXT, they do give their female wrestlers a chance, but so I hope they fix something up with the main roster divas as well.
I hear you.
Yeah, and with the NXT divas, when they come up real soon, and it's funny if I believe this right, but with Josh and Charlotte and Bayley, with me, I actually believe they can main event at WrestleMania. I actually believe that because especially with.
Listen, they haven't improved the division yet, so we really can't go that far with saying WrestleMania main event.
I jump to proportions sometimes because Triple H, if he ever takes over, he said he's willing to do anything because he loves how he loves his girls. So,
yeah, he loves his NXT craft. He likes that whole NXT because again, that's his baby right now. That's his baby, and the last thing he wants to see is any of these guys fail. Because if they do fail, it's on him pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It's on him.
I just hope because you have such a good top of talent. I'm just just look at the talent they have here. And once they get in the main roster, I really think WWE is going to be in a better place. It's literally the future just looks very bright with all this talent they had than before. And the attitude, I think this generation of talent is a lot more better than before.
I think so too. I think so as well. I Want Bayley Sexy Ass by Wrestling Fan 42.
Oh boy.
Okay. That's random, but okay. Hey, listen, the first guy I know that wants Bayley.
Nah, I know a couple guys that do actually. I see. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe with her hair down, she looks a little cuter.
I think so too.
She's taken. Yeah, she's taken already. So.
I think is she really? I didn't. Again.
Yeah. You know the guy that was wearing that Sheamus shirt, during that Stephanie angle. He was wearing that Stella shirt.
When was this? Oh, that guy.
She's that guy
from Game of Thrones. That big guy.
No. It was during the Raw. You know that Raw where Stephanie got arrested and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's who she's dating.
Oh wow. Okay. Hey, listen. Whatever makes her happy, I guess. Whatever makes her happy. Sorry, Weston. You can't have that sexy. You can't have her sexy ass. But it doesn't hurt to. It doesn't hurt to hope or dream.
Oh.
Exactly. Absolutely. Anything else you want to ask, Aisha?
Let's see. What happened on the entertainment world?
Well,
if I can recall.
I have no idea. That's not my field, if you will.
True.
It's not really our field.
I guess I'm done. I don't really have anything on top of my head.
All right, then. I'll tell you what. I'm going to let you go now, all right? Go take some more calls, all right? Talk to you soon.
Guys, have a good night.
All right, then.
Be responsible, even though you are responsible.
All right, then. All right, we're going to take some more calls. Again, if you got a private number, we're not taking up your call. I'm just letting you know right now. I hate to break it to people, but...
No private number.
No private number. So...
Gotta be public.
Exactly. It'd be a public number. If it's a private number, we're not picking up your call. Can jet fuel met steel bem? No. What Bush said.
I see it on Twitter all the time. Can jet fuel melt steel beams?
Who knows, really? That's a really interesting question, dude. I don't know. Can it?
George Bush.
George
Bush is watching the show?
I think he is. We got a caller. 450. Caller 450, you're on the air. What's your name and where you from?
Yes, hello. This is Special Agent Webster with the Federal Security Agency in Washington, D.C. I'm going to need a few moments of your time.
Okay.
Now, since the passage of the Patriot Act, our agency has been granted extraordinary powers in the pursuit of terror.
Alrighty then, buddy. Alrighty, that's a first. I think about the agency. Well,
Yes.
hey, listen, man. I paid my taxes, so hey, all you gotta know, buddy. That was funny. That literally just made my day.
Federal.
The federal. That's right, guys. Better pay your taxes. Or if you get a phone call by Erwin R. Shakester. But again, guys, if you want to call in, dial away, people. 718-473-0813.
Dial in.
Dial in, people.
619. Imagine we get a caller from 619.
What happened?
Imagine we get a call from caller 619.
I don't know. But hey, we got another caller right now. Caller 200. Caller 200, you're on the air. What's your name and where you from?
Thanks for signing up for Cat Facts. You will now receive a daily phone call with a fun fact about cats. To cancel this subscription, say cancel.
Cancel.
Cats bury their feces to cover their trails from predators.
I still did it too. Okay, that's fun. Alrighty, cat facts.
What the
Wow. You gotta love the callers. You gotta love these callers. I'll tell you what. Remind me to do this real quick. $786. Okay, hey.
Oh my. Is this a real person?
786. You're on the air.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes. You're on the TEAMHEEL podcast.
What are you talking about right now?
Whatever you want to talk about, man.
Well, I wasn't able to watch TNA today. I wasn't able to watch it today.
It's okay. We didn't watch it either, man. You're not alone, buddy.
Oh,
Not alone.
I was just gonna ask you your predictions for the 2 title fights on UFC 187.
What happened?
I was gonna ask you for your predictions on the 2 title fights on UFC 187.
Well, we'll see here. You have Vitor Belfort versus Chris Weidman. I think it's going to be a very competitive fight. However, the news came out, according to Weidman, that apparently Vitor testosterone levels went up, apparently, during the weigh-ins. But I do feel at the end of the day, I see Weidman losing this fight. I see him. I see Vitor winning, if not by second or third round. However, I'm not taking anything away from what I think Weidman doesn't get nearly enough credit for what he's done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you got though, man? What do you got?
I got Vitor Belfort by unanimous decision.
There you go. Hey, it could be that too. At the end of the day, it could be that as well.
I just wonder, like, what is he gonna do with the middleweight title?
What do I think of the middleweight title?
No, what is he gonna do with it? Like, what is he gonna do with that?
I mean, he's probably gonna defend it. I mean, he can defend it against Jacques. What happened, dude? You gotta speak a little loud, Marty. You gotta speak a little loud. I couldn't hear you that much.
Oh, I think it's a Dalton and Jacques should be the middleweight shot.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, if he wins the belt, think about this division right now. You have Machida, you have Jacare, you have Rockhold, you have Musashi. You have also what's his name? Joel Romero. There's a lot of guys in that. There's a lot of guys in that division right now. But we'll see. We'll see what happens if Vitor does come out successful here. But at the end of the day, I'm going with Vitor, but at the same time, Wyman could end up winning it as well. Now, the main event, Anthony Rumble Johnson versus DC Daniel Cormier. It's a tough one. It's a very tough one because let's be real here. It's supposed to be John Jones, but then John Jones got caught with his whole scandal, being in love with the Coco, and he was gonna get it for the low, but you did know about that, now did we? I mean, it's pretty much it's gonna be a close fight. I think at the same time, I want to see DC win the championship. I want to see him have his moment, but at the same time, I think Rumble's gonna take it. Rumble's gonna take it probably in round 2 or 3, maybe 4.
It can go two ways. Either Daniel Cormier just takes him down, just stays down the whole fight, or Rumble knocks him out.
That too.
I go with Rumble. I go with Rumble's second round knockout.
There you go. It could happen too. At the end of the day, both guys deserve to be champions in their own right. UFC to me is just not worth my watching. Just my opinion. Well, dude, you're missing out, buddy. I'm letting you know that much. Wrestling fan 42. But I respect your point of view, buddy. But that's that. Okay. But I think again, it's gonna be a fun night. You also have Donald the Jabroni Cerrone versus Makdessi. Should be another good fight as well.
I was looking forward to Khabib more than Makdessi.
Me too. I think Khabib was supposed to be the guy to fight him, and he got hurt, which sucks really. Then again, what's UFC 188? I'm not really sure, man. What is UFC 188?
Velasquez versus Verdun.
That's crazy. No one's talking about it. That's crazy. Like, you think about it. People were hyped up. People were hyped about this show. Not this show in particular, but the UFC 187 card. And next, all they're thinking about is UFC 189 because obviously that's Jose Aldo, Conor McGregor.
Aldo and McGregor.
I think Aldo's destroying him. I think Aldo's gonna beat him. I think he's gonna beat him.
I'm surprised that Conor's a favorite.
Because you gotta understand, Conor McGregor is doing everything that the UFC wants him to do. He's bringing butts in the seat. He's drawing the attention. You know, he is to Jose Aldo right now what Chael Sonnen was to Anderson Silva. You get what I mean there?
Yeah.
But again, it's going to be a very, very competitive fight, that one as well. But I do feel that Joe's going to destroy him. Slowly and have a fun time doing it too. What do you think, little man?
I'm going with Jose with a dominant 5-round decision.
There you go. Hey, there you go. As long as Jose wins, I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I like Conor McGregor as well. I just feel like he's a little way too cocky for his own good.
No, that's probably how his personality is.
That's probably his too. That's probably his personality. I agree with that too. Man. That's all you want to talk about, man? That's all you wanted to ask, or?
That's kind of what I want to ask.
All right, brother. You're a first-time caller, right?
Yeah.
I believe you're first-time caller. What's your name, man? Where you from? What's your name, man?
My name is Carlos Garcia.
All right.
Miami, Florida.
Ooh, I love Miami, man.
Florida.
All right. I mean, hey, buddy. Tell you what. I hope you're enjoying the show. You know, keep on watching, keep on calling whenever you want. We'll talk to you again, as always, buddy. All right?
Yeah, if you guys are going to do the live recaps on Chase Oliver's channel, I'm going to probably call him live too.
I don't know yet. I mean, I haven't spoken to Chase yet. Chase might end up doing a review on his channel. I might join him on that one. Or if not, we'll probably cover it on my channel at youtube.com/HeelSteven. Either way, we're going to cover it regardless. Hell, if not, we might do double duty. I'll tell you what, we'll probably do double duty as well. All right, buddy? Okay. Thanks for calling in. All right, man?
See you, man.
See you later, brother.
Cool calling live.
No problem, buddy. Keep it easy, man. See, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. I like it when people call in and you just have a fun time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was going to be another spam number again.
I know, right? IRS, Cat Fact, What about Bader Facts? Yeah. Shut up,
my
you.
God.
All right, guys, I'm going to take another unknown number. This should be fun. But
Might
nope.
as well.
Oh, we can't pick it up, remember? Oh, we can't pick it up, remember?
Oh, yeah.
It won't let us take it. Ha-ha. So, guys, yeah, if you want to call in, why not? Let's see who it is. We'll see who it is right now. Maybe Stone Cold. Maybe The Rock.
It doesn't matter what you say.
Yeah, what's your name and where you from, man? What happened? Santana. Okay, what up, man?
I don't care about you or Sal, man, or anybody, because I made myself. I'm my own man, and I did it over in Vietnam the way I wanted to do it, and that's the way I'm going to do it right here in San Jose. My way, the only way.
All right, that's his way and the only way, guys. All right, his way or the only way. He reminds me a lot of Mr. Satan from Dragon Ball. Does he remind you of Mr. Satan, dude? He reminds me of... All right, tell you what, Hercule. Have a good day, all right, brother? There goes Hercule. All right, Hercule called in. Thank you for calling in, Hercule. I think that's the new name. I think we'll call him Hercule now. Hercule rules. Remember, I tell you what, I think it's best we just wrap up the show now. I've had a blast. All right, guys. Thank you all for tuning in, whether it be on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, the live stream, the playback, Spreaker, ShoutEngine.com. You can, again, listen, on the screen, hit the subscribe to the channel, follow TEAMHEEL Podcast on Twitter, at TEAMHEEL Podcast. You can also check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/GutCheckPodcast. But then again, you guys already knew that, didn't you guys? Look at this. Wait,
Oh.
didn't this guy just call a minute ago? I could have sworn he did. But anywho, yeah. We thank you all for tuning in, alright, guys? You can follow me on Twitter, at HeelSteven. Check out the YouTube channel, youtube.com/HeelSteven. Kick, cuz.
Yeah, you can just follow me on Twitter at HamWalter and sub to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/KnowledgeWrestling.
And to quote our good friend, the PW Outsider, remember, guys, when life has you down, remember, masturbation is key. We're out, cuz, like Janet's titties. Busy.
Peace.